Hi guys, how's it going? I wanted to spend a little more time doing this one, but time is not something I have right now. Just going to give you a quick view. Velvet Hammer was asking about cameras and stuff, and I actually have a dash cam in my van. I put it in just before we went to Florida last year, and I'll include some footage I'll dig through the archives and find some shots of daytime and nighttime, because it actually does have night vision capabilities apparently. Because it has a couple of UV lights on it that does help a little bit for the closer range anyway. But I'll show you the camera. And I bought it on eBay, and at the time there weren't a lot of them out there, and what I did was I watched to find all the ones, the style I wanted, and then I looked for a seller that was listing a lot of them, because sometimes they'll have a bunch of them with a buy it now price, and they'll have a bunch that are an auction now price with a low starting number, and people will bid. They'll find the first one and start bidding on it. What I do is I look for the ones that have zero bids on them, because people will find the most popular ones, and I think eBay shows the ones that already have action on them more. So what I did was, it was the second one I bid on, and the starting bid was, I think, $15. So I threw the basic bid on, and sometimes I'll use auto bid, sometimes I'm a sniper, but in this case I thought, I wasn't in a big hurry to get one anyway, so I just threw the $15 opening bid, which was their starting bid, and I got it. So with including shipping, it was about $21 for this camera. Now the battery has since died, but the battery costs about 4 to 6 times more than I paid for the camera. And the camera still works plugged in, so I just don't bother. The only thing I've lost is the ability for the camera to activate if someone hits the van while it's parked, because it has the G-force meter on it, so it'll start recording when the vehicle is struck, if it was parked, and it locks that section of file. It uses SD cards, and if you had an accident while you're driving as well, it also puts a write protection on that file, so it cannot be recorded over. Otherwise, it just keeps recording on a loop, depending on what size your card is. The loop can be several hours to, who knows, a couple days. When I went to Florida, I had an 8 gig card in it, and it lasted me all day driving, and I never filled the card. I downloaded I downloaded the stuff every day, or every evening when we stopped for the night, and then cleared the card and put it back in, and I never had a problem. But if you don't bother, so you can just basically leave it running, and you can hook it up to power in your vehicle, so it will automatically start when you turn on your vehicle. It has a small screen, about 2.5 inches or something, that will swivel so you can help aim it. And what I used to mount it in the van, because I didn't want to use a suction cup because it would have hung down a little bit too far, is I took a small hinge. I think it's about a 4-inch, about a 3-inch hinge, just a regular 3-inch strap hinge, and I punched the pin out and put a bolt through it with a wing nut so I can tighten it. Then I bought a dollar store short tripod, and I took the head off, so I have the adjustability of that swivel, and I stuck that on with using a single screw. Then I tucked it in between the headliner and the windshield frame and used the screw that holds the clip for my sun visor on the passenger side. So I didn't drill any holes or anything, and it is very stable. It doesn't really vibrate. And then I tucked the wire in, ran it down, and it plugs into the power port. But here's the camera, and right now it's in the closed position, but it is running. And I just leave it on so it always runs. And when the battery's good, you can set it up so it'll run for so many minutes after you get out of the vehicle too. So 2, 3, 5 minutes. But like I say, the battery died, and the battery I think is about $70 or $80. I could likely buy one online cheap, but because I don't use it remotely, I only use it as a dash cam. You know, if someone does hit the van, that's going to happen anyway. But here it is, and here's how I have it mounted. So there's the camera, and you can see how the head is that I took from the tripod, and you can see the hinge with the bolt and the wing nut. And this screw right here is where it's mounted, so it's held up there with a single screw. And I've got some railway tracks coming up, and hopefully the traffic will be flowing enough that I can hit the tracks at enough speed. You can see how much it bounces. You might not be able to because of the red light. Oh, the light's going green. I might be okay. So I'll show you this. I'll just back off and let the guy go a little bit. Okay, this is a set of railway tracks. It does move just a little bit. Now, the front of the camera has the lights on it. I'm going to show you, like, remind you that I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. There's the front of the camera, and you can see the 6 UV lights and the lens, and it's not very big. It's about 2.5 inches by 4 inches wide and about 1.25 inches thick. Now if you just bear with me, I'm going to flip the screen down, and you'll be able to see display. It's a color display. These are on eBay now. I'm seeing these for anywhere from $50 to $80. Some of them are stupidly high priced. But it's a 1070 HD camera, Chinese made, and it's, like I say, it's been in the van for 10 months now, and I just leave it hooked up all the time. And right after this, I will include some footage of the daytime, and I'll include some footage of dusk, and also some nighttime and bad weather driving. I'll see what I can find. So there's what I use for dash cam vehicle shots, and I'll use the footage from today so you can tell how good the sound level is. Now this is on the passenger side by the, like I say, by the clip for the sun visor, so it's 3 feet from me, and I'll switch back and forth. I'll switch the audio so you can hear what the audio inside the vehicle sounds like. So in the meantime, take it easy, have a good one.
Wouldn't that be really neat? Not just during festival, but
Yeah.
because first.
Which way you want to go?
You're driving. You go however you want.
I haven't done it straight ahead for a while.
But and don't forget they're working down there though.
Oh, then maybe I won't go straight ahead. Maybe I'll do Portage.
Because they're working down there. It's down to looks like 1 lane or something.
Well, Jess is still. Now that's where they should put red light cameras.
Yeah.
With the radar on them.
Never mind the red light, just put the radar.
Yeah.
God, I got some really good.
Yeah.
Won't be just 5 or 10, and it'll be.
You'll be catching lots of people. I've been trying to run things in my head for a poem. But when I do it this year, I'm going to put dads on the other side.
What?
Poem. I want to do another poem. Like I did when Dad died.
Oh.
But I'll put dads on the back because some people ask me about it.
Left at the Sochi Games, and Canada is fifth in the medal standings with 17. Veteran Winnipeg Blue Bombers receiver Terrence Edwards is retiring after 9 CFL seasons, the last 7 as a Bomber. He says the last season was tough, but he wanted to retire as a Bomber. And I fulfill the obligation of staying true to North Korea to the International Criminal Court to make sure any culprits, including possibly yourself, would be held accountable. So extreme feeling of loneliness on a long-term basis can be worse than obesity in terms of increasing the lethal health risks that lead to premature death, according to scientists. They say that chronic loneliness has been shown to increase the chances of an early grave by 14%, which is as bad, they say, as being overweight and almost as bad as poverty in undermining a person's long-term well-being, according to the study. Let's check in with our resident psychiatrist, Peter Reagan. Peter, why does loneliness affect your life?
Well, George, first of all, I want to say that it's normal to feel even dreadfully lonely. And that when you feel that kind of awful loneliness, the tendency is to think there's something the matter with you.
That's one of my favorite songs too.
What?